Before you ever took your first breath, the universe had to win 400 trillion consecutive coin flips, and somehow every single one landed on you. So why does today feel like you are already losing? You scroll past the highlight reels of everyone else, while your own life stalls. You measure yourself against strangers who never had to win your impossible sequence. The comparison is not just unfair, it is statistically blind. Nobody sees the silent math you are drowning in. They see a paycheck, a follower count, a status. They never see 400 trillion ancestors who fought through plagues, famines, and wars to hand you this moment. And that is exactly why their words cut deep. When someone calls you average, you have no comeback, because you have never been taught the actual odds you already destroyed. Average is a lie you were handed. The internet tells you to hustle harder, wake up earlier, visualize success. But no one asks whether you can trust your own mind when it has been fed failure since childhood. That is the trap. You have tried to fix yourself with discipline. You have read the books, set the alarms, rewritten the goals, and still you collapse at night, wondering why being alive feels like losing a war against invisible opponents. So you shrink. You let the loudest voice in the room define your ceiling. You apologize for taking up space, for wanting more, for existing inconveniently. That shrinking feels safe, but it is the only true impossibility. The worst part is not their doubt. It is that you started agreeing with it. You stopped defending the miracle you are, because no one showed you the receipt. Tonight, that changes. Here is the reframe. You were never meant to be ordinary. Ordinary is a rounding error in a universe that had to survive extinction events, meteor strikes, and 400 trillion fragile moments just to produce you. Do you understand what that means? Every ancestor, every cell division, every split-second decision went your way, and you are still waiting for permission to feel worthy. That permission does not exist. The universe never needed you to prove your worth. It needed you to notice you are the proof. Stop waiting for an outside voice to validate what 400 trillion moments settled. The odds did not happen to you. You are what they were for. Once you see yourself as the result of a 400 trillion to 1 chain, ordinary expectations become too small for the thing you actually are. You stop asking if you belong. You start noticing rooms never built for your kind of miracle. Your daily choices shift. You no longer feed the version of you that begged for scraps of approval. You walk into decisions with the quiet certainty of someone who knows the house always wins, because the house is built from your ancestors. This new sight will cost you. It will cost friendships that were really just shared insecurity. It will cost the comfortable lie that you were not enough. But nothing this real ever came without a funeral for the cheap version of you. It demands that you do the invisible work with no applause. Train your voice in empty rooms. Build your craft before the audience appears. Those 400 trillion moments did not need a spotlight to become you. Neither do you. Fear will not disappear. It will stand at the door and pretend to be the adult. But you walk through anyway, because you descend from people who crossed deserts and oceans without a guarantee. Uncertainty cannot rewrite that bloodline. People will call you too much. They will mistake your refusal to shrink for arrogance. Let them. Their discomfort is not a signal you are wrong. It is the sound of an old story cracking under the weight of an impossible fact. Then, without announcing it, the noise goes quiet. You no longer need to prove the miracle to anyone, because you have stopped performing it. You just live it. The chaos loses its grip, and stillness becomes your native language. Peace was never waiting at the end of your achievements. It was buried under every moment you believed the odds were against you. Reclaim it now, not as a reward for winning, but as the inheritance of someone already here against everything. 400 trillion fragile moments bent toward this single living outcome. You, not to test your worth, but to prove it. The cosmos wrote your name in fire and cell division. You are the answer.